Hello, beautiful people. Wayne Hackman here, and this is a Wayne Hackman Leadership Insight talking about peace. So, let's talk about peace. Now, if I put up on your screen these words, inner peace, where does your mind take yourself? Are you the type of individual that needs to go away and find solitude? Are you the individual that needs to find a place to meditate? Or do you find inner peace in different ways? Well, for me, I was introduced to a tool created by an organization called Giant Worldwide. And they have shown me how I can evaluate my surroundings and start to formulate an action plan on how I can start to live in peace with the people around you and also in myself. Now, I wouldn't be a very good pastor if I didn't introduce Scripture, and whether you're a follower of the faith or not, Scripture for me brings some very insightful wisdom. One such scripture is this from Hebrews chapter 12, verses 14 through to 15. And it says this: "Make every effort to live in peace with everyone and to be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. See to it that no one falls short of the grace of God, and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many." It's a powerful piece of scripture, and when I start to unpack it in my mind, I start to think about how I choose to live with the people around me and how I choose to live with myself. Here's a quote that I want to share with you. "To find your inner peace, you must choose to make a difference in your external influences." Let me read it again. "To find your inner peace, you must choose to make a difference in your external influences." It's an interesting quote because it reminds me as an individual to say that truly, if I need to live in peace in the world that I am part of, to live at peace in the community and my family and the places that I exist, I need to take responsibility on how I interact with those elements of my life and to make a conscious decision to find peace. Remember, the scripture talks about an evil root growing up. If I choose to live outside my own peace, I'm going to bring disharmony and perhaps conflict. Let's go back to that piece of scripture. So there's a call to action, and a call to action that I want to share with you now. That call to action is simply this: make every effort. So to the tool that I want to introduce to you today to help you on your own leadership and development process. This is the Peace Index. And you can see in the middle, there is one word that says peace and a percentage sign. And then around it, 5 other words. And what this tool encourages you to do is to look at each one of those words and to see how at peace you are in those situations. And you're to give yourself a percentage, 100% if things are amazing, and obviously 0% if things aren't so great. So what do each of those words mean? Well, let's look at some key points here. The word purpose. How strong is your sense of meaning and fulfillment in life right now? Place. How is the physical location where you live, work, and play? Is it beautiful or ugly, healthy or unhealthy, convenient or inconvenient? Provision. Are you happy with your income level and finances? Is it empowering or causing fear and conflict? Personal health. Are you physically, mentally, and emotionally healthy? And I would also add there, are you spiritually healthy? Or are you in pain or ill? Do you feel disconnected with the situation and environment you find yourself. People, how are your relationships? And you might want to consider quality or quantity, proximity, whatever is important to you. And you need to understand with each of these different words, not all categories impact you equally. Some are more significant than others and deserve more attention. So I did this a few weeks ago, and I try and visit my own peace index at least once a month to find out where I am and to see if there is anywhere where I need to focus my attention to raise my own peace index. And so let's go around the circle of my own peace index to give you an idea of how you might choose to use this tool. So when I did this, I put purpose at 80%. Now, outside my leadership responsibilities, I enjoy being a chaplain for a large international boarding school. And to me, most of the time, I feel fulfilled in that role and responsibility. But I'm aware in myself that there are some factors outside my control that just put those little seeds of where are we going, or I'm not too sure what's happening here. But although with all that going on in my mind, I've rated myself 80%. Place. I live in a beautiful home that's provided to me by the place that I work. It's right in the countryside. It's beautiful and lovely. I'm a country boy and it really, really ticks some boxes. I'm also the type of individual that can never rank something 100%. And so I've given it 90%, but in my opinion, that's a great score. Provision. This is a complicated one because when I did this, I knew that I had some financial responsibilities that I had to deal with. And so I started to think about ways on how I can improve that situation. And so when I wrote this, I put this as 65%. But I can safely say that things have improved because I saw that that was affecting my peace index, and I put an action plan into place to see if I could do anything about it. Personal health. This is my lowest. And to be honest, I'm not particularly good at physically looking after myself. I need to do more exercise. But I also know that I need to spend more time with my creator. And so there is an instant pointer on something that I need to do to elevate my own overall peace index. And people, I put that at 70%. And when I did the peace index, I knew that I had a couple of difficult conversations with people that I needed to think about to help improve the situation when connected to the people that I work with and interact with. Now, quite simply, you can add all of those up, and with the beauty of a calculator, you can find out what your overall peace index is, and that's 73% in my case. It's not bad, but it demonstrates to me that I need to focus on some of those areas to elevate my own peace index. And as we looked at this in detail, you can see that the two areas that really need my attention is my provision. What do I need to do to help eliminate or work through those financial obligations that we have? And my personal health. Well, I can safely say that when I did this, I identified those two areas and have started work on those two areas. And as a result, I've started to make every effort and make a difference in my external influences to raise my own peace index. And so this is the challenge. Take this tool, the peace index, and make every effort to make a difference in your own life. And you can quickly identify one of those, or maybe a couple of those spheres of influence in your life and do something about it. And so that is the peace index. And as the call to action in Scripture says, make every effort. if you choose to take responsibility for those areas that are lowering your peace index and perhaps causing internal conflict, then you might find that your overall inner peace, your peace index, rises to help you become a happier and healthier leader. Well, these tools were given to me by an organization called Giant Worldwide. And Giant Worldwide is a great organization which I'm connected with. And you can go and check out more free tools or even get yourself connected with that system by simply going to my webpage at www.waynehackman.com. That's www.waynehackman.com. Please stay subscribed to the channel as there are more tools like this coming your way. And as always, thank you for watching.